What is up, everyone? This is Abion bringing to you another awesome game between two great players. This game is Blue Zerg July in the top right corner. His opponent will be the red Zerg Sen in the top left. This is game number 4 between these awesome people. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Can't say that enough. Score currently stands 1 win to July, 2 wins to Sen. This is a best of 5 round. So Sen could potentially take home the win with this game here, as he does just need one more win to finish up this round. But you know, we have seen closer rounds before. July could definitely pull a rabbit out of a hat and come back with the behind the back victory. So really don't know what to wholeheartedly expect here. Except we do know that this is going to be an awesome game, regardless. So let's go ahead and get into this game. Introducing the map. They are playing on the map Crevasse, which is an interesting map altogether. Destructible debris at the expandable ramp. It does start as a small ramp. It could turn into a big one. And inside your expansion, natural, with a very limited amount of resources. This is an interesting choice for a tournament map pool. You don't really see any non-totally standard maps in an official tournament, especially one as big as NASL. But you know, here we go. Magic stuff happens. So yeah, playing on Crevasse, we haven't seen this map yet in the playthroughs of the NASL replays. So good decision. Nice mix-up of variety here. This is going into the game. Sen is taking an expansion at what would be his logical third, whereas July is going to go ahead and take the safer expansion at his inside his main natural. He will have limited resources, but this natural is much easier to defend, seeing as there's only one way into this area, and two ways into this area. One way is directly through the main, and the other way is by air. Sen is going for the higher risk, higher reward option, going for his logical third. Does have the standard amount of resources, but it is much more open and much more prone to attack. But you know, Sen is definitely got to know what he's doing here. Go ahead and see what's going on. The expansions will go up at roughly the same time. Sen transferring single workers at a time. Looks like he's only really just building workers and sending them down one at a time. He does have his metabolic boost on the way for Sen, and is leaving the 2 drones on gas. Interesting decision there, rather than 1 drone from before, or just indeed no drones whatsoever. July is going to go ahead and continue harvesting gas even after his Zergling speed is on the way, grabbing a Roach Warren for July, Baneling Nest on the way for Sen. So we're going to see some Ling Roach or all Roach going up against some Banelings. Could definitely be an interesting decision here. July got some Zerglings on the field, running around for some scouting. No, that's not Sen. That is July's Zerglings. Actually has a lot of Zerglings out. They already did their scouting, and now a lot more Zerglings coming in on the back for July. Coming in, probably gonna do some harassment on this expansion for Sen. Gonna punish him for going for the higher risk, higher reward expansion, and gonna do some good harassment there. More Zerglings coming in for Sen to try and defend this natural. Inject going down by the Queen just in time. Just in time to turn around and start doing the harassment. Drones getting pulled off the line, try and do some damage here. Sen getting a couple of Zerglings around the back. Zerglings popping out just in time to save these last few drones. The Queen has been spared, so Sen, that is a pretty good trade-off right there. Sen having to sacrifice some of his workers in order to keep this expansion alive. His Queen is still alive though, so that is a-okay. July does have some Roaches on the field now, though. Here comes Sen, trying to get some good damage off on these Roaches. Roaches are very, very good against Zerglings, but the Zerglings have got a good surround on there. They roaches were able to take away a lot of the zerglings, though. So I do not think that was a little bit of lag there. Not quite the equal trade-off there. Sen did lose a significant amount of zerglings in order to trade off for just a few roaches. But there are some banelings morphing in here. Three banelings, excuse me. Not going to be hugely effective against roaches. He's going to need more banelings than that if he wants them to be effective. But the zerglings are on the field. So zergling, baneling could definitely be quite a bit. Here's July going to go with his roaches and his zerglings, breaking down this destructible rocks, providing him a much more direct path to get into July's base. However, or get into Sen's base rather, excuse me. However, Sen has scouted this. Here comes some zerglings. Try and catch these roaches, but not quite want to engage them just yet. Zerglings running into Sen's main, doing lots and lots of damage. There goes the queen. Drone's getting pulled off the line, getting some nice surrounds on the zerglings. But here comes some more zerglings for Sen. There's the engagement coming down here. Is there an engagement? Yes, it looks like there was. We missed the roaches. No, there's the roaches holding down the ramp for Sen. So no backup coming in whatsoever. Sen having lost so many drones, but Sen going for the counterattack. Lots and lots of zerglings are now in July's main, absolutely wrecking his mineral line. Drones going down left and right. A nice concave there, nearly surrounded. So July going for the base trade there. Very, very quick there. Banelings coming in, destroying all those zerglings and those drones. So now it's just up to the single queen and roach to try and take on this. And Sen coming in with drones as well. Is he going to put down the spine crawlers, or is he going to just go ahead and put a base in July's base? And now July does not have any units whatsoever inside of Sen's base. In the meanwhile, July, having been pretty much thwarted in this base trade situation, Sen does still have his workers up and running, whereas July has, let's look at the unit count, no workers at all for July, and he does not have enough resources to make one. So he has to end this soon with what he has. But there goes down the hatchery. So July just not in a very good position at all, whereas Sen is happily mining off. He does only have a few workers left. July trying to micro the roaches, whatever roaches he has left. But Sen is still producing, whereas July is just stuck on what he has. Workers trying to get back in here. July does not quite have enough roaches to finish Sen off. So, oh, there's going to be a surround, and July going to lose a couple of his. July's going to lose a couple of his very, very important roaches. One goes down there. There goes a second one. More roaches. The rest of July's roaches going to try and come in here and back them up. But 3 roaches going down for July. That is a huge difference. July now only has these 5 roaches left. Going to try and come in here and poke with just one of them. Here comes the other 4 of these. Trying to get in with these roaches. Poke off and just kind of poke away Sen's resources there. Sen pulling off the drones. Trying to do the final surround here. These roaches have been completely surrounded. There goes a roach. There goes another roach right there. 3 roaches gone. July is down to his 2 roaches. 1 roach. There's the last roach right there. July is now completely and officially out of units. So there's going to be the GG right there. Wow. July just having to depend on what he had left, which was not much. And saw some pretty awesome roach micro there to poke away at Sen's zerglings, but at the end it's just not quite enough. Those zerglings a little bit too fast, getting the surround there. Good move by Sen at the end there, bringing the drones off the line as well. Just a little bit of extra damage, also keeping some of the fire off of these zerglings. It was a hugely risky move though, because Sen only has 14 minerals at this point. If he had lost his drones and then lost that engagement, if July's micro was just a little bit more effective, then Sen would have had absolutely nothing to block with these roaches. So that was an all or nothing move by Sen to bring those drones off the line, but it did pay off. The roaches were able to be brought down. Were there any upgrades to speak of? No upgrades at all anywhere. So yeah, that was a very pitched game. That win does go to Sen, which brings his grand total up to 3 wins. He does win the bronze round for the NASL Championships. That means July has gotten 4th place in this tournament overall. Sen getting the bronze at 3rd place. So there you go. Final game between these two guys. We're going to move on to the last round of the tournament, which is the final match between Puma and MC. The first matchup that we will see thus far that won't have a Zerg in it. So yeah, that'll be a Terran versus Protoss. Should be fairly interesting to go into that game as well, as Puma and MC are both pretty big names. So yeah, a couple of Koreans in a non-Korean tournament fighting over the championship. That just goes to show you just how immensely baller the Koreans are when it comes to StarCraft. So yeah, there you go. We'll move on to that last round. It will be a best of 7. So it should be a pretty awesome lineup there. This is Abion. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this game. I will see you guys in the next one.